scratch again. Understand.
What's up, Tyler? How you doing, man?
Hey Nolan, how's it going? Doing pretty well.
Good, good. You are one of two vocalists for the Sacramento-based swancore band Wolf and Bear. How would you describe swancore to someone who hasn't heard of it before?
Um, there's a lot of aggressive drums and vocals, but the instrumentation itself is uh, pretty technical sometimes at times, but it's very poppy. There's lots of influences from tons of different genres. So you'll hear some blast beats in some songs, some jazzy parts in other songs. A lot of the music is written to be very catchy at the same time, but still like push boundaries of different styles of music. So I'd say just
Awesome.
really heavy rock music.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you and I feel like you guys do that really well. You have everything in swancore in Wolf and Bear. Last year, you guys released two singles, Monstro and Street Rat. Love the artwork for both of those, by the way. Um, are those two songs going to be part of an upcoming record?
No, we're just gonna keep them as the two singles.
Okay,
We thought about it and just decided, it's just nice to have the two separate ones. Cool little 7-inch to have for the fans as well. And yeah,
nice,
the artwork's awesome. So we loved that we were able to print that artwork onto an actual physical copy.
nice, nice. Back in February, it was announced that Blue Swan Records will be partnering with Rise Records, which is fucking huge. It's awesome. What does that mean for Wolf and Bear?
So the cool thing is that we still get like all our freedom to do whatever we want with like music direction, everything. It's just really about like having bigger budgets to be able to put out like music videos and like public, like getting the music distributed to larger areas. Um, you know, Probably better tours, hopefully in the future when touring is all back up and going. Another thing is like the budget, just having a bigger budget to be able to have better recordings. This is all general. Just
Awesome. Are you guys currently working on new music?
yeah. So we just finished recording drums for a new album.
Awesome.
Um, I think the bass and guitars are gonna go in later this month, and
Okay.
then we'll be doing vocals. So yeah, we have quite a few tracks to choose from, and so it's going to be at least 12 songs, I believe. So
Sick.
that's be really nice instead of just doing 10 songs like our
Right.
last album. And all the songs we're just super proud of.
Awesome, dude. That's sick. Where did you guys do the recordings? Are you able to say anything on that yet, or?
No, that's fine. We're recording, so we're kind of doing it with Josh Benton. He did the two singles,
Okay.
and then also self-engineer Tim. Tim's going to be taking over doing some of the guitar and bass
Awesome.
engineering. Josh will be helping as well.
Okay.
And then we'll go back and do the vocals with Josh Benton again. He did like the first Hail the Sun EP and first record, and he's done a lot of different projects in the swampcore scene, like Stolas, did the first Idola record. So, but he just really does a great job at getting like us a really good thick sound and everything's so clear.
That's awesome. Yeah, you had mentioned touring a second ago. You guys are set to hit the road later this year on the Afterburner tour with Dance Gavin Dance, Animals as Leaders, Veil of Maya, and Idola. When that tour finally gets to happen, what's the first thing you're going to say to the crowd when you get on stage?
Oh, just be like, God, it feels good to be fucking back. And like, be like, there's really like, I don't even think I'll have words. It'll just be like, I'll be like, I'll be, I won't be able to say anything. Hopefully I can say the first words to our song. So I'm just so excited.
Just grab the mic and start immediately running into the crowd. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, just start like, I don't even know what I'm saying. Like, I'm just excited.
I'm just got, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
What's the story behind the wigs that you wear when you're on stage? I love those.
Um, I just used to have these like really cool roommates, and they just always would just wear wigs and stuff all the time. Like to go out to like events, like shows, concert, music festivals, whatever, and they just always would just wear some like crazy wacky wigs. And I think one time I went to like an event with them in San Francisco, and ended up I was like drunk and just put a wig on and I was like, oh, this is fun. And then and I was actually at a music festival and I just thought it was funny because people would just look at you like, what the heck? And like I remember even a guy like came and tried to hit on me and I was like, and I like turned around and he's like, oh, and he like ran off. And I was like, I'm flattered, but I'm pretty sure I don't look like a girl from behind, but whatever.
Let's see what else. You guys started off the year with a live stream at Puss Caverns. You guys also did an EP there back in 2018 called Gray Sessions. You guys must have a pretty cool relationship with that spot. Do you guys have any upcoming plans with them?
Yeah, that's actually where we're recording the drums at.
Oh, that makes sense. Nice.
The drum tones in there are just amazing, and there's so much equipment to use. Josh Bittman uses it for his home base for that, and then also, and yeah, and doing the live stream in there, it's just like we actually recorded our first single at that studio.
Oh wow.
Called Oil, and it was recorded there, and so we did like the drums and guitars and stuff there, and yeah, so we've just been going there for like the last 5-6 years. I can't even remember now. It's been so long.
Nice. Yeah, it looks like a cool spot.
Yeah, like before, like my bands before have recorded there, and yeah.
Nice. The first single being Oil Cup, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Sick. I don't know why I've never asked you this before, but where did the name Wolf and Bear actually come from?
You know, so I wasn't the one coming up with it or anything. It was with our guitarist and like one of the old members of the band who first originally started working with the guitarist Cameron and getting ready. They just came up with the name. I think they had like a couple other names involved, like Minerva, I think was one of them or something. And then Wolf and Bear ended up just sticking. And, you know, at first it's actually like kind of a cool name because it's not as common as like something you hear like Minerva. It just sounds like something you hear like a lot of bands have a name like that. But this is kind of sticks out, especially using the little and sign.
Yeah, little ampersand or ampersand. Is it ampersand or
I can't. That's why it said and sign.
I should probably know that. I don't know. When you're making new music, is there a specific genre that you listen to get inspiration?
No, not really. I listen to so much of everything. So I just whatever I'm listening to just grasp like sounds or something. I guess for screaming vocals, rap.
Oh, really?
Like, especially when you're like, you know, just keeping up with like rappers and their flow and like how they write things, you know, it's a rap like if rap like when you have a good rap flow, it's just catchy. And so, you know, you bring that over to like screaming vocals, especially on some of our songs, like it makes it flow, it makes it like funner. You can get intricate in certain ways that you normally wouldn't think of. You know, like you listen to a song and like sometimes I'll be writing and I'll kind of just write the first thing that comes to mind. And it might be something more like, you know, like old school screamo or something, like just something you kind of normally hear, and then Marcus will come in or Cameron or Tim and just hear like, oh, let's do like some triplets here instead, or or listen to this DaBaby song or something, and like or like listen to like Roddy Ricch, whatever, and just be like, oh, like here's a good flow, and the same thing with just like clean vocals as well, like you know, listening to some pop music or listening to whatever's we have in mind, some old 90s R&B, anything, you know, you just hear those flows and the way they sing things, and it kind of opens up ways to write vocals.
Nice. So like what rappers then? Like who do you mainly listen to? Do you have a favorite?
I really like the DaBaby right now.
Yeah. I mean, he puts out solid music. I mean, everything's a bop, so including bop.
Bop. I'd say like DaBaby is so good. One of my favorite rappers is named Isaiah Rashad. He doesn't really put out much of anything. I mean, Drake. I love Drake.
I mean, you can't go wrong.
Tim's really into Shaggy right now. He's not a rapper, but he's really into Shaggy right now.
I don't know who's Shaggy. I don't know Shaggy.
You'll know Shaggy if you look it up. It's something okay. Best to look up after this.
All right.
I want to sing the song.
Do you have like a rapper that you would say has the best flow in the game?
I know Tim will. Tim will say Lil Dicky.
Honestly, okay, he's actually really talented. Yeah.
Which I'm saying, yeah, when it comes to just doing everything, he can sing a little, he can rap, he can do it all. So yeah, I mean, he's probably one of the best like rappers I've listened to recently. That it's like consistently just a really good rapper. Denzel Curry.
Fuck yeah, ULT.
He's incredible. The same thing. He just has so much flow. His enunciation's really good and everything.
Have you seen Lil Dicky's show, Dave?
I've seen a couple episodes of it. It's really good, really funny.
Yeah, I was really impressed. And he has like tons of rappers do like guest appearances in there, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, I think it's a super good show. I like that one episode where he's like in bed with the girl, and like after they like hook up, he's like trying to rap about like what they should do next with time.
Oh yeah.
It's like a 9-minute rap, just ranting and ranting and ranting.
I wonder if that's what it's like to actually like hang out with that dude. It's just he just randomly breaks into a flow. It's like, yo, I just asked you like what you want to eat. Like, what do you want to do? Like,
I don't know what I want to eat. Like it's.
All right, yeah, fire. Sorry, questions.
Rewatched his freshman performance when he's with Designer, and Designer's just going,
yeah, dude. And he like shits on all of them.
And Anderson's not even like, he's just like whatever, and then he comes in and he's just like laughing at them in the background.
Yeah, because like I think it was like Designer, like when Lil Dicky goes up there to rap, like Designer's like you can see his face, he's like, oh fuck, like oh shit, like this guy's actually really good.
Yeah, both of them just look at him super surprised. They're like, oh crap.
Yeah. And because like Designer, like, I mean, is he still making music? I feel like I haven't seen his name in a while.
I feel like he's not, but like who knows? I mean, someone can correct me, but I don't think.
I don't
know. I'm out of the, like some of those mumble rappers. I'm out of the game. I don't really.
Yeah, I mean, he was entertaining for his bit, but I think yeah, whatever. So what was the first show you ever attended?
So, well, do you want to know like the first concert I went to, like my mom, or like first band show?
Yeah, like very first show you ever went to.
Okay, it's pretty embarrassing. I went and saw Aaron Carter with my mom at Six Flags Great America.
Fuck I was yeah.
Like 5 or 6 years old.
Wow. Nice.
And when we were there, my mom made me become pen pals with like this like little girl that was there, and it was so funny because like I kept in contact with this person for like 10, like probably since I was like 15, 16. It's like so weird.
Wow.
But, yeah, I don't remember who they are now, but I just remember a pen pal, and that was like, and we were bonding over Aaron Carter.
Wow, that's fucking tight. Wait, where was it? Where was the show at? You said
Six Flags Great America, like their amphitheater.
Oh, okay. So what was your first like show that you performed then?
First show I performed in as a band.
Yeah.
At this venue called the Burning Bush in Stockton, California.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because our drummer was the one who like ran everything there and did all like the stuff. It was his dad's church. So really funny, went full circle in life with the music stuff. And yeah, my first show was there. It was like some like hardcore synthy-ish band, and like, you know, it was that life, that 14, 15-year-old screamo life.
I saw a pretty sceney pic of you earlier today on Facebook.
Yeah.
The hair like this and everything.
Yeah, like all here and just yeah.
I was no better. I had like long hair, and like I would try to act like I wasn't a scene kid, but I was 100% a fucking scene kid.
Yeah, I was wearing like Breathe Carolina shirts and stuff during that time in my life.
Nice. I don't like. I think I was doing like. I think I had like, I don't know, 40 Darkest Hour and Lamb of God shirts, but like I was still very much a scene kid. I had like all the Hot Topic wristbands, like all the way up my arm, like.
I never a wristband. I wore it like 17.
Nice. I'm pretty sure the first show I ever went to, the first show I ever went to, my mom did take me to, was Weezer and Hot Heat at Sound Arena in Fresno.
That's a cool show, especially Hot Heat's like really good.
Yeah,
like, way cooler than mine.
Yeah, that was a cool show, and like it kind of fucked me up because that's like still one of the best shows I've ever been to. Because have you ever seen Weezer?
Yes, I was just about to mention about it, but
dude. Oh yeah, dude, they're fucking I was really blown away by how good they were. They all took turns playing each instrument.
Mhm.
And then when they played Island in the Sun, the singer Rivers went to the sound booth in the middle of the floor, and he stood on top of one of the soundboards and played the whole song there. And my mom and I were up like in the stands, and so we watched like the entire crowd move from the front of the stage all the way over to the sound booth, and it was just funny to watch them. And there's just like one single spotlight going down on them. It was really cool. It was
That's
tight.
awesome. I I had a really good experience watching Weezer. Like never really listened to them that much. Like I knew their big songs, and I went to Coachella and they're playing, and I was like, oh, let's stop and watch Weezer. And I was on my way to watch like I think it's like Billy Ellis or something. Like I don't know. And I ended up staying for the whole rest of their set. I was like, wow, this is an actual anthemy like rock band sound. Like they're playing like everybody's just screaming the lyrics. It's super loud. And I'm like far back, like I'm like a good like 2,000 feet, 1,500 feet away from them, and I can just hear everybody just screaming, singing their songs. They brought TLC on stage and played a couple songs with TLC, and it was just like I was just blown away by like one of the best big bands I've ever seen like play live. And I'm like, all right, this is why they're huge. This is why they're still doing it. And
Yeah,
even the music's like kind of cool. It's a little bit more interesting, and yeah, they're a super solid band.
yeah, they're fucking amazing. And anytime like somebody shits on Weezer, I'll be like, yeah, like maybe it's overplayed. And then like I'll think about the time that I watched them, or I'll watch like a live video of them. I'm just like, nah, like there's a reason they're so big. So
Mm-hmm. I
yeah,
always have to put in perspective with like rock music and even rock music I don't like. But there's a like if they're killing it still, it's usually because they're doing something like really they're doing something right.
yeah, exactly. I also like Loki. I love that they do little things like they had that one record that was like Death to False Metal or something like that. Do
I,
you?
I've heard of it. I've never listened to it, but I know what
I've
you're
never
talking
listened. I don't think I've ever listened to it,
about.
but it's I just like I appreciate that they do things like that.
Yeah, they even get
um,
experimental at times. I know, so that's cool.
what was that?
They even get experimental at times, so that's what's pretty cool about them.
Yeah. Um, Back when you and I first met, like we really hit it off because we both found out that we listen to electronic music.
Mm-hmm.
And which it's always like so frowned upon in metal and hardcore for some reason. Um, who are some artists that you think metal and hardcore fans could listen to kind of break out of that mentality and listen to electronic music?
I think it depends on like the scene of like metal or hardcore, like post hardcore or whatever you come from, because there's like so many different genres. Like I have a friend named Tony who used to be like a straight metalhead,
Mhm.
and now he listens to like some like really hard techno that like where like it's like the beat like it's super fast. There's tons of synths added where it sounds dark and evil, and it's just like pounding. It's like and like you hear the rhythms of like the drums and stuff that they write in them, and it's like it's not just it sounds like almost borderline like someone doing a blast beat on top of someone instead of doing a guitar just strumming super fast and like shredding. They just like have this synth that's just going super hard and fast like rhythmically. And so yeah, I hear like a lot. Like I have a couple friends who used to be really into metal bands who all do like some like techno stuff, or like people who are into like post hardcore. I mean, you can just listen. There's tons of like poppy-ish stuff now that's like catchy and kind of has those like type of like choruses that like old post hardcore bands used to have. Like Amoroso, they'll sing those like chorus styles, but on like some like catchy guitar or bass or something.
Nice. Like who do you think like what are some artists you think people should listen to?
Uh, like I think for the catchy stuff, like listen to like S.G. Lewis and like something like that, where it's just like super poppy, catchy. And then like for people who like hard stuff, like there's this producer named Steven Bodson and another producer named Art Bat who just make like heavy, intense like parts where there's like breaks, and like you listen to the instrumentation that they created on there, it's like weird scales and stuff, and you're like and weird time signatures at time, and I'm like, this is weird. Like this is a supposed to be like a club music, and this guy's writing like a chorus. It's like like 5/4 and like this off rhythm, and there's weird breaks. And I'm like, this is interesting. So yeah, I think this is I think, and especially in the time we live in now, people are with Spotify and streaming music, you're able to find out so much music that you would never listen to before. That you get absorbed into stuff like that you just have no clue about it. You're like, oh, I'm listening to this and this is wow, kind of cool. Like, let me dabble more into it. And you have related artists and boom, you're in like a whole different genre of music. I mean, I do it all the time.
Yeah. My release radar and like Discover Weekly on Spotify, it's always like it'll be something from like Portrayal of Guilt, and then the next one is like Alignment, who's like some hard hitting techno, and then like it goes into like a bunch of other shit. It's all over the place, which is awesome.
Yeah, same here. Like I got the same thing. Like I'll have like each daily mix is extremely different. Like one will be I'll have like just like Kendrick Lamar and Denzel Curry, stuff like that, and then the next one will be like Every Time I Die, Amorosa, bands like Closure in Moscow, like stuff like that, and then it'll go from there to like just like some weird space. I don't know, just whatever I'm listening to at the time, but it does a really good job of making 6 different playlists for you to listen to, like completely different genres.
Yeah. What got you specifically into electronic music? I don't know if I've ever asked you that.
Well, I used to play synth in my first band, so
Right.
just hearing some like keyboard parts and stuff, but then like getting like more into it is just like listening to some of the songs, like how they're written, and some like, I can hear like some really good songwriting, and some of it's just catchy. So I'm like, okay, I'm like not gonna be a hater. I love pop music, and it's literally just pop music almost. And nowadays, a lot of it's on the radio, or not on the radio, but a lot of it's like easily accessible, like huge numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this main is just like, is this catchy? I'm like, all right, this is catchy, fun.
Yeah. I know during quarantine you picked up DJing.
Yeah.
I think you were DJing a little bit before quarantine though, right?
Yeah, I was like dabbling in it, kind of just getting more into like how the songs work, messing with my computer, but yeah, rig.
You're going under the name T Lemon.
Yeah.
I fucking love that name. How'd you get that name?
I was wearing a lemon shirt, and my friend Mackenzie I was working at Uber, and like I forgot where we're going, but she's like, you know what? Now you're starting to play for people, so if you need a name, she's like, well, yeah, I know. And then she's like, well, and she's like, yeah, she's like, well, your name on my phone's like Tyler Lemon. And he's like, Tyler Lemon shirt, and she's like, well, why doesn't it just be Tyler Lemon? And then my friend Derek's like, he's like, no, it needs to be T Lemon because that sounds way cooler.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, that sounds fine, and it just stuck with me.
Nice.
And yeah, it's catchy. They're like little simple name.
Nice. What's it like like playing a DJ set compared to playing in a live band?
Obviously it's like it's weird because one of the big reasons I started to pick it up more and like start performing more is because the fact that we can't really do shows right now.
Right.
But there's a lot of like outdoor dining events, a lot of things where I can DJ at like a example, like there's a place like places in San Francisco where I live at, like a lot of the bars and restaurants and even the clubs, they have outdoor dining now. And you get a table, you socially distance at your table, and you can watch like DJs play. So I think like the big difference is like not having the band to read off of, and sometimes you can mess up in the band and like kind of like have like feed off your band members. You feed off their energy, not just the crowd energy.
Right.
Where DJing, you're purely feeding off of the people who are listening to you and your own energy. And as soon as you get the people who lose that energy DJing, you kind of get stuck into a place where you're like, I feel like I'm frantically like, oh, I need to like fix this right now. Where at a band setting, I'm relying like with like the whole group of homies to like help like work things out. And it's just playing by yourself is kind of like it's like easy because you don't have to worry about. It's not easy, but it's fun because you don't have to worry about anyone else. But at the same time, now you're solely focusing on the crowd and not just playing your own music. Where before I could, even if nobody's caring about my band, I could still jam out, play a crazy show, and still have super fun. Where it's like you're worrying so much more about the crowd than you were before.
Right. Yeah. It's I pretend that I can DJ, so like I know what you mean though. Like when you make a mistake, like it's just there for everyone to hear. Like there's no one to like you said, like bounce the energy off of or anything like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can be a little bit more. I at least I'm a little bit more critical of myself when I'm doing it, so it's just like a little difficult sometimes.
Exactly. You hear that one mess up, and you're like, everybody can hear it because you're also not having a band where there's drums playing, bass, everything individually being mixed. It's just tracks playing, and you're like, oh, well, the drums. You're having 2 drum tracks play, and they're completely off.
Yep. Uh, is there a specific song with Wolf and Bear that you have the most fun performing?
Um, yeah, there's a few. Um, I really like performing our song "Sight." It's like one of our older, like I think our second single. It's always as fun. It's really high energy. It's really fast. Punches you in the face.
Yeah.
Um, our song "Restore" is really fun to play too. It's an older one, but we played it on our live stream, and that was like that song's just really fun. It's catchy, kind of goes with the flow. Um, Delito, it's a great song to play. And then one that we don't play that often, but I really enjoy playing is this song called like Tenor Acacia. And it's like a heavier song. It's just really intense and aggressive. It has like a lot of like punky vibes, like super gnarly breakdown towards the middle of it. It's just really high energy, like screaming vocal performance song to do. And it's just very like high energy. It's just straight high energy the whole time. It doesn't slow down at all.
Uh, I was gonna ask. I know this was a few years ago, but I think like still one of my favorite videos that you guys have ever done was the one for Twisted Tongues.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's just because like it's so like ridiculous without being like too much, like the lighting is crazy for it. I think it's like super nice, and then the wardrobes are all really silly. And like there's like the one scene where you and Marcus are fighting and like the glitter comes out of your mouth like
Yeah.
instead of like spit or blood. Like okay, how long did it take to get the glitter out of your mouth like after that set?
Um, it didn't take not that long. It was just really gross, but it was everywhere.
Yeah.
And kind of a fun fact to regress back to the whole wig thing is that was the girls in that video are my roommates, and they were the ones who like got the whole thing going. And yeah, so they just but yeah, the glitter was just hard to get. It was just like in your mouth and you spit it out. It's like you spit it out everywhere. And like luckily we only did it like maybe like 2, 3 takes of that, so it wasn't like too much, but it was pretty nasty. I know like the beginning scene, like putting up my nose. I watched this Vice documentary about like girls in Colombia who drug guys in clubs, and what they do is they put cotton in their nose and they pretend to like do something, and then it never goes up their nose. So the guys do it, and they can like steal their money. And
Oh
so I'm like,
fuck.
oh, this is interesting. Like we can get away. I can just like I'm like, well, I can put glitter in my nose without doing it. So I put the cotton up and did everything fine. But then like all day I still had like glitter like on my like inside my
Ah.
nose, and so I could just like every time I'd blow my nose, there'd just be glitter like all over like and stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is never getting out. And yeah, the glitter in my backyard at the time was just it was there. It's still probably there to this year now.
Yeah. It's like shiny sand. Like there's no way to get rid of it.
You know, I've been in the house in like 3 years or so, and I last time I visited there, I can still see like the residue. And even like we chopped up the walls, and the chalk on not the walls, but the chalk on the fence in the backyard is still like there. It's
Nice. All right. Well, I only got like one last question for you. Uh, so and this is a little odd. I hope you remember this reference, but can you tell me the time that Raider Nation saved your life?
all the time is what the right answer would be. But um, I don't know. It's never saved my life, but it's definitely made like some very funny interactions in life. Like we'll be on tour, and we'll see like some like Raider things, and we'll just be like Raider Nation, and then the guy, and usually like we'll try to say it super enthusiastic, and their fans are like some of the best fans, and they'll just be like yeah, Raider Nation, baby, and they'll just scream it back at you, and they are so excited. So not saved my life, but it definitely gave me humor. Like
Yeah.
anytime I see a Raiders logo, some of the Raiders logo or something, I'll always say it. I like to this day, and everyone like 95% of the time, the person would get super excited and be, oh yeah, that's awesome. I think I did it to my Postmates driver like a day like, yesterday, and then I had a video on my phone where I sent it to my friend, and I was in the car. This guy said the Raiders, and when I left, I was just like, Raider Nation, baby, just win. And he's like, yeah, just win, baby. When I got out of the Uber, so
Nice.
life, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's all I got for you. Do you have any last comments? Anything you want to plug? Want to let anybody know about?
We have the Afterburner tour coming up in September and October. And then we also have a new album that should be out sometime this year, hopefully. We're just trying to finish it up, get it out, get it mixed, put out some music videos. It'll be really fun. And that's really it for now. We should have some new merch coming out. And yeah, we'll hopefully see anybody watches this like in September.
Awesome. Fuck yeah, dude. All right, man. Well, it's fucking great talking to you, dude. I miss you. Hopefully hopefully everything will get to the point where we can bar hop again in downtown Santa Ana, or maybe I can come up to you in the Bay or something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Miss you much too.
Yeah.
It's so long.
Dude, forever. All right, man. Well, take it easy. Right. Good talking to you.
You too. Later, Dylan.
Bye. Thank you guys so much for checking out the latest episode of RAD Chat with Tyler from Wolf and Bear. Please check out all the links below for Wolf and Bear and for RAD Music. We've got some merch available at our store. And feel free to hit that like and subscribe.